Good afternoon, everyone. Marissa here. This is the Filipino wife in America. Last month, we went to the Philippines with my American husband. There are two topics in this video, which are coming here in the US with a green card, like my experience, and the other one is without a green card or as tourists. I won't be covering those who are coming here with J1 or with other working visas. The first one that I'm going to talk about is our own personal experience when we came back here in the US with my American husband. The next one is coming here in the US without the green card or as tourists. In my previous video, I gave you my experience when we entered the Philippines. It was then when the e-arrival card was still implemented. But this time, e-arrival card is being replaced by e-travel. I'm going to tell you what are you going to show in the airport when you travel back to the US. When we came over here, I wasn't asked about my vaccination card because I got questions also if vaccination card is needed or if you need to show the vaccination card when you travel back to the US. In our experience, we were never asked about vaccination card. We didn't have to worry about it because we were fully vaccinated. We came from Davao City. Upon checking in the Davao International Airport, what they just asked was my passport and my green card. I had to show another ID because my passport is still under my single name. When I traveled here in 2019, I got my passport in 2018 and the 10-year duration of the passport was already implemented. So my passport is not yet expired. I didn't get a new passport with my husband's surname. Aside from my green card, I was just asked if I have another ID with my husband's surname. So I showed them my driver's permit. I don't have a driver's license yet. And I was good to go. Plus, my green card luckily is good for 10 years. So that's a good thing for me. When we checked in the Davao International Airport, my carry-on luggage was open, but not my personal bag, as well as my husband's personal bag. We had two carry-on luggages, so those two carry-on luggages were opened when we checked in. And there was no problem, even if I brought with me paksiw, fish paksiw, because that's my favorite. They just asked what was it, if it was frozen, but I was good to go. I was able to bring food on my carry-on luggages. That was it. There was no hassle in Davao International Airport and we were good to go. When we arrived Manila, when we checked in at 1:30 a.m. because we arrived Manila at 12:45 somewhere. When we arrived Manila International Airport, upon checking in, I was asked again, where's my passport? At the same time, my husband. Actually, my husband didn't have any hassle because he's an American citizen. So for me, I was asked about my passport. At the same time, my green card. I was asked again if I have another ID, which I gave the driver's permit. My carry-on luggage was opened again because I decided that I had to check in my other carry-on so I could have one carry-on luggage to bring inside the airplane. They opened it. They just asked about my fish paksiw again. The hassle came when we had to board two times. The first boarding was at 7 o'clock in the morning. Our flight, by the way, was at 11:20 a.m. Since we were there early, we were able to board early. We were already on the line at 6 or 6:30 in the morning. It was so early actually, and we didn't have good sleep. So that was the first boarding. We thought that was already final for. However, at 9 o'clock again, we were called to stay in the line for the next boarding. So my husband was kind of questioning, why do they need to do that? It is kind of strict when you travel back to the US. But then in Manila International Airport, my husband and I were not asked about the vaccination card. The second boarding had the same process with the first boarding. By the way, we took the Philippine Airlines, and that time Philippine Airlines was delayed for like an hour, I guess. When we arrived Los Angeles airport, our flight back to Chicago already left. So we had to find another flight earlier so that we can really go home fast because we were already tired. Now in Los Angeles airport, LAX is so big. Oh my God. When you choose to have the stopover at LAX, make sure you have enough time to go to your next flight because our time to stay in LAX was just 2 hours and we were already delayed for an hour. So the plane already left. When we were in LAX, there were two lines, one for US passport holders and one for non-US passport holders. And the line for non-US passport holders was so long. Why? Because everybody who is not a holder of a US passport goes to that line. That gave us more delay. That's why we were not able to get our flight to Chicago because by the time when we were done, the plane already left. The immigration thing was kind of fast because the officer just asked me where did I go. Then I said Philippines. Then what did I do? I said vacation. And who I was with, I said my husband. And then he asked how much money did we have together if we brought more than $10,000. And I said no. So I was good to go. That was it. The travel was fine. My 10-year green card, I guess, was a big help. All the interviews, all the requirements, we had all of those. I wasn't asked many questions because I have all the requirements needed. All in all, the travel was fine. Now, for those who want to travel to the US as tourists, here are the requirements for you. If you are not yet vaccinated, please have your vaccines before you come to the US because that is one of the requirements. You have just seen the list of those who are exempted from showing the proof of vaccination when you travel to the US. For those of you also who have been to the US and who plan to go to the US, please leave your comments down below. If you already traveled back to the Philippines and if you encountered some issues in the airports, feel free to share your experience. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. If you think you like my videos, give me a thumbs up. Please hit the notification bell so when I upload new videos, you will be notified. Thank you. See you on my next video. Bye.